All right, hello, welcome back to another way different video. Today's video is probably one of the most insane videos I've uploaded in the past couple months. You know, one of them was the Luka trade, a couple of other stuff that's happened. This is definitely an important day in NBA history for several reasons, and we're going to get to them now. Reason number one is the obvious one. Dallas Mavericks get Cooper Flag on a 1.8% chance, and the NBA might as well have just announced to the whole world, yeah, this is rigged as fuck. And I have seen pretty much countless comments of everyone's take on the situation. I think everyone here is in unison. You know, there has always been doubt of the NBA, you know, being honest with their lottery process. Even LeBron James, you know, made a comment on Mind the Game saying, or was it the Pat McAfee show?
Man, during the ball drop, you know, during the lottery drop, Cleveland got the #1 pick. I just don't think that was. What a coincidence!
Don't you think?
Wemby with the Spurs.
Oh my God! Let's keep LeBron home. You know what? Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. You know, Derrick Rose to the Bulls. But I understand the assignment, guys. I had to make sure that, you know, I had to do my part.
Regardless, saying, oh, I understand the assignment, NBA sending me to Cleveland. Basically saying himself he thinks that the lottery was rigged, so he goes to Cleveland. You know, and there's some other stuff that's happened in the past that, well, felt interesting to say the least. Now, here is the thing that's crazy. Let's get to it. We look at the history of star players leaving their teams, and then, yeah, let's just look at this. New Orleans franchise getting sold after trading CP3 gets the #1 pick for AD. LeBron leaves Cleveland. Cleveland gets the #1 pick for Kyrie. Also, LeBron going to Cleveland to begin with is okay. Kid from Ohio, kid from Akron goes to Cleveland. New Orleans trades AD to LA, gets #1 pick for Zion. So the trade to LA, AD got traded after the #1 pick for Zion, but the pick that the Lakers needed to send to Pelicans, the pick that was important, they had to be in the top 4 or it was top 5 protected. They were supposed to get the 11 pick. They ended up getting the 4 pick, which they were able to send to New Orleans for that AD package. And then Dallas trades Luka to LA, gets #1 pick for Cooper Flag. It's crazy. I mean, aside from the Mavericks ordeal, which again, the NBA just said, we don't care if you know the shit that we do, because we're going to do it because it's going to, for financial reasons, we're going to benefit. The Mavericks fans that were out of the picture because of the Luka trade, some of them are back in the picture, right? Insane to me that this happened the way it did. I mean, sure, there might be the very few of you, most of you Mavericks fans, who believe that this was genuinely luck, but the coincidences can't just continue to happen in this way. I mean, 1% chance, like the year you trade Luka, I mean, come on. Anyway, what not enough people are talking about is the Spurs get the #2 pick. This is by far the least talked about topic in the past 24 hours. That is insane, because you have Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Jeremy Sohan, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, probably missing some other names in that mix. If the Spurs even keep the pick, maybe they trade it for Giannis, because the Giannis sweepstakes are probably going to be, they're probably going to be live in the summer. You know, before it was like, with Dame, you know, Giannis is there. Well, now with the whole Dame Achilles thing, Giannis is probably getting traded. So, or he should at least. I even made a separate video for that. If you guys want to watch that video for that and why I say Giannis should be traded, it's in the catalog. So feel free to go there if you want to. But anyway, Spurs could use this to say, let's trade the #2 pick and some other stuff for Giannis. Wemby, Giannis, De'Aaron Fox. If they keep Stephon Castle, I don't think they would if they were to trade for Giannis. I would imagine the Bucks are pretty adamant on getting Stephon Castle. Hey, maybe the Spurs are adamant on keeping Stephon Castle. Regardless, De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, and Giannis. Wow. Plus a handful of other guys that are really solid role players. Wow. Anyway, that's just the lottery, right? Some crazy stuff happened in the lottery. Also, before I even skip to the next topic, rip to the Wizards and Jazz, man. You guys were ass all season. Wizards in particular. One of the worst teams in the league, and you get the 6th pick. Meanwhile, Dallas gets bailed the fuck out. Oh, I'm feeling for you Wizards fans. This must be gut-wrenching. And I know me talking about it wouldn't help if you are a Wizards fan watching this, but damn, the NBA didn't even try to be slick with it. You know, sometimes, you'll try and hide it. They did not give a fuck. They did not care to hide it. They did not. Anyway, after this comment, moving on to the next important second thing here is Jason Tatum seemingly tearing his Achilles. He's going to be out for the rest of this playoffs. They're down 1-3 anyway. Even if they wanted to come back, he's out for the rest of the playoffs. And out for next season if he is indeed out with an Achilles injury, which it's looking like. So, what does this mean for the NBA? It means that the Eastern Conference is absolute dog shit. I mean, dude, Giannis is probably given the due signs. Jason Tatum's out. And the Celtics have to make trades for financial reasons, so they have to get worse, even if they had a healthy Jason Tatum. So you have Cavs, Knicks, Pacers. And then the Pistons and Magic are going to just have to step up. That's your Eastern Conference. That's it. Which is just, wow. Compared to the West, Spurs are going to... Okay, Thunder cracked. Rockets going to be cracked. Lakers are going to be really good. Nuggets are going to be really good. Clippers... gonna be good. Timberwolves gonna be really good. Warriors gonna be, I'd imagine, really good. Grizzlies probably gonna be good. Kings, nah, you don't have to worry about the Kings. Mavericks, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be really good, but they have a future now because of Cooper Flag. Suns are gonna be ass because Kevin Durant's dipping out, and even with Kevin Durant, they were ass. Trailblazers, in other news, are also the owner is selling the team, and if I read it right, the owner is donating the entire sale to charity. Pelicans and Jazz ass, but dude, I just said teams nonstop. Really good, really good, really good, really good. The West is insane, and then again you have the East. Like, dude, come on. No disrespect to some of these teams, but they're nowhere near. And again, I had a video on this talking about how much better the West is and what would the playoffs be like if, some of the West teams move to the East, and how much, just in general, how much their odds of winning a championship would skyrocket. If the Timberwolves were in the East, their championship odds, right? That playoff route and getting that high seed is significantly easier than the West. Insane, because you're not even just talking about, so what a lot of people forget, yeah, you also have to have a 64-18 record like Cleveland, but you play the Eastern Conference teams significantly more than you play the Western Conference teams. I think only 1/3 of your games, I believe, or somewhere in that range, is against the opposite conference. Everything else is interconference. So you're only playing the really hard teams maximum twice a year. Maximum. You're playing so it's 30 games. It's 30 games are in the opposite conference because you play every other team twice a year. If the Timberwolves had to play the Eastern Conference for 52 of the 82 games, you bet your ass their record is going to suddenly be inflated. But no, these tough teams have to play these other tough teams for 52 of the 82 games. So it's not, you can't just look at the number and be like, oh, but their record is still better. No, but they're also playing significantly worse teams, bro. I mean, look at this shit. Wizards, Hornets, Sixers, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Hawks, Heat, all have negative records below 500. The 7th seed is barely 500. Let's go to the 7th seed for the West. 48-34. 14 games above 500 is a 7th seed in the West, on top of the fact that they play that same conference significantly more. The point I'm trying to make is with Jason Tatum out and Giannis seemingly leaving, oh my God, the East is so ass. There's a lot of hoopers in the East, don't get me wrong. Like, every team's got someone. I mean, I didn't even talk about what it means for Boston. They're going to have to reload. Next season is not going to be a championship contending season. Going to have to be a middling team and just settle for a really good pick. Brad Stevens is going to have to get in the lab and cook. And yeah, like I said, it's a reloading season. Players are going to have to develop and learn a lot about themselves to be without their best player, and they can get better from it. Then you go into 2027, hoping for the best. 26, 27. You're going to be hoping for the best with that. Anyhow, been an incredible 24 hours in terms of news. NBA being rigged as fuck. Let's just call it for what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Are people going to be happy about it? Dallas fans? Yeah, it's going to bring a lot of Dallas fans back. But I think a lot of people, more importantly, people like Wizards, Jazz, and Hornets, are going to feel real disrespected because they suck and they really could have used a Cooper flag. Just insane. 1% chance, 1.8% chance. The year you trade Luka, on top of already all this, come on. Not even trying to hide it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you annoyed? Are you frustrated? Are you pissed that Nico Harrison got bailed out? That the Dallas Mavericks organization got bailed out? They're still going to be without Kyrie for the majority of the season, so it's not like they're going to be a high seed. It's just the reality of it. Cooper Flag is not going to come in and turn this team to a contender. But what it does do for the Mavericks, it gives them a future. They now are not fucked for what they would have been fucked for. Everyone's got an opinion on this. I think the far majority of the people, again, that I've seen and spoke to and read online is that everyone just kind of realizes that this shit is rigged as fuck. I keep saying it, but it just blows my mind at how much they just did not care to hide it. Like, they didn't even try to be sneaky. Anyway, this is I'll Even Different. And we out.